intro to the 3D realm. Um, this could go really terribly. Already, I can hear my voice, and I hate it. But we're going to go along anyway. So, intro to 3D. Hopefully you're all doing well right now. It's really weird sitting here in my kitchen where it's mostly silent, trying to do notes. I miss you all. And you can't really see my ghetto setup here, but I've got a box of Legos and then some Clorox wipes and then my iPhone, which is being balanced on top of the Clorox wipes, and some duct tape holding it down to make sure it doesn't fall, which I feel like it's going to do anyway. Anyway, so 3D. Obviously, that stands for 3 dimensions. That literally means like length, width, and height. Dimensions. Usually there's length, width, height. So literally it goes, I just said literally like 50 times. Oh my gosh. It goes in 3 ways at once. So every single 3D shape can be broken down to basically 3 parts. You can't really see, I'm holding up 3 fingers right now. 3. So the most basic are the vertices. Even when I'm sitting here by myself, my handwriting sucks. These are the corners. So if you have a box, the vertices are the corners. Those are analogous to points, which we talked about. I don't know if you remember all the way back in August. Points, lines, and planes were our 3 basic things. They just get different names now. It's where 2 lines meet. 0 dimensions. That's spelled wrong. There's no I after the E. M. Alright. Ethan, sit up. Pay attention. Secondly, we have edges. Those are lines. Lines. And it's where 2 planes meet. One-dimensional. Right, it just goes that way. I meant for it to roll that way. Lastly, we've got faces. Used to be where I'd be a joker. I'd be like, hey guys, what are faces? And then somebody'd be like, oh, I don't know. I'd be like, oh, it's something ugly on so-and-so's face. Just pretend I actually said a name and not just so-and-so. Yeah, these are the sides. It's literally the flat surfaces, just like planes were. And they have 2 dimensions, length and width, for the most part. Alright, so what you're going to have to do, one, is be able to count these on some sort of shape. Secondly, there's a formula you're going to have to know. So, let's go with the most basic of shapes. I hope you can draw that, and if not, you're going to have to practice just a little bit. So, faces, edges, and vertices. So faces are the flat surfaces side. So there's a bottom and top, a left and a right, and a front and a back. So there's 6. There's bottom, top, left, right, front, back, which it's kind of hard to tell what I just did there because, it's very abstract. Okay, let's talk about vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like about now is when I would tell Cody to stop messing around, pay attention. Talia's probably in the back saying, "Oh my God, I hate this." Raymond's probably just staring. I don't know. Edges. The lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. 5, 6, 7, 8. The ones going vertically. 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. So, let's do a different shape. Let's go with I don't know. Will be called a pentagonal prism, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But just do something. Let's count faces, vertices, edges. Although on your homework, I think I actually do it faces, edges, vertices, just to mess with you a little bit. So, faces. There's one bottom. That's home plate for those of you that are baseball fans, which is, I don't know. Maybe Natasha knows what home plate is, and I don't know about anybody else. So there's one. And then if you count those triangles going up, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's basically one bottom and then 6 triangles going to that point. Let's do vertices next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, usually we would do this for a little while, and then I would ask you to see if you figure out what the pattern is. If you do 6 plus 12, 6 plus 8, 14. Subtract 2, you get 12. If you do 6 plus 6, you get 12. Subtract 2, you get 10. So the formula is going to be faces plus vertices minus 2 equals edges. So, for example, I could give you, and by could I mean I will. Hey, Star Wars just started playing. Questions that basically I'll give you the different things. You don't have to count them, you have to calculate what's missing. So if there were 14 faces and 8 vertices, I might ask you to find how many edges there are. You would just simply plug it into this formula. 14 plus 8 minus 2 equals edges. 14 plus 8 is 22. 22 minus 2 is 20. There would be 20 edges. I could ask, let's say there's 16. Let's say edges, there's 18. Vertices, blank. I feel like this is an impossible shape, but if this did exist, you would do 16 plus, we don't know what the vertices are, so put v minus 2 equals 18. What's easiest next is just to do the 16 minus 2. Some of you will just do this in your head, and that's fine. 14 plus v equals 18. Subtract 14 from both sides. You get 4 vertices. I don't know if it's possible to have 4 corners, but 16 different faces, but, you know, I can dream, right? Lastly, you're going to have to be able to label and then just draw and basically say what things are. What you need to know is that there are prisms. In prisms, there are 2 congruent parallel bases. So they're always all the way across from each other, like this box over here. And then the rest are called lateral sides, and that's going to become important later. You name a prism by its bases. So, if I said, what sort of shape is this? Literally, you would just say, hey, that's a trapezoid. And there's two of them, right? So that's the base, that's the base. Because those are the parts that are equal, congruent, parallel. And then all these four other ones are the lateral sides. And this would be called a trapezoidal prism. Just a note, and unless randomly you're telling me this online, I guess I can't get as annoyed with this as usual, which kind of makes me sad. But when you get to shapes like this, just so you know, that's not hexagonal, octagonal. It's hexagonal, octagonal. That's how you pronounce it, which, you know, might not ever come up in your life. But if it does, you want to pronounce it correctly, or else everyone's going to look at you like you can't speak properly. There is a special prism called a cylinder, and that's basically a circular prism. But no one would call it a circular prism. Other than prisms, you got something called pyramids, which has one base, which is what it's named for. And 4. And the lateral sides meet at a point. So, if I wanted to draw a hexagonal pyramid, easiest way would be to draw a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a point, and technically the point could be anywhere. I didn't say it had to be, you know, perpendicular or anything. Usually it is. And then you just connect all your points. Oh my god, that's ugly. Kind of like, you know who I'm talking about. Everybody's thinking the same person from this class right now. And yeah, that's kind of the whole first section. Cool.